Hey everyone, this is Brianna, and welcome to All Initiative. Today we're looking at how to make a character sheet for complete beginners. Let's get started. Okay, this is the first page of our character sheet. The first things you're going to want to choose is your race and your class. Today I will be making an Elven Rogue. Okay, and once you have those sorted, we can go on to ability scores. These are going to be your character's main stats and are going to determine what you are and aren't good at in-game. So I'm going to be playing a rogue, so I want my highest score in dexterity. This will change for all your different classes, such as a barbarian would have a high strength score. For a bard, you'd want a high charisma score. We can get our stats two different ways. The first way is to roll 4d6s and drop the lowest. You do that 6 times and that will give you your 6 numbers. The way we're doing it today is just with the preset numbers. So our highest is going to be 15, then 14, 13, 12, 10, and 8. So I'll be putting my highest, 15, in dexterity. Then I'll want high wisdom, so I'll put 14 in there. Then 13 in constitution, 12 in charisma, 10 in strength, and 8 in intelligence. Okay, now that we have our ability scores, we can get our ability modifiers. So the modifier is going to be what you actually add to your dice roll. So we'll start with strength. Strength score of 10 will make for a modifier of 0. A dexterity score of 17 will make for a modifier of +3. 13 for constitution will make +1 for the modifier. 8 for intelligence will make -1 for the modifier. And wisdom with 14 will be +2. And charisma with 12 will be +1. And now that we have our ability modifiers, we can go on to saving throws and skills. Every class is going to have their own set of saving throws. The rogue has dexterity and wisdom. As for skills, multiple different things can give you skills. The rogue's list is to choose 4 from acrobatics, athletics, deception, insight, intimidation, investigation, perception, persuasion, sleight of hand, and stealth. If you have a different class, then you'll have to find what skills for that specific class. For the rogue, though, I'm going to choose acrobatics, sleight of hand, stealth, and perception. And with that done, we can move on to fill in some other things. For a first level character, your proficiency bonus is going to start as +2. Your initiative is going to be whatever your dexterity modifier is, so in my case, +3. And your passive wisdom perception is going to be 10 plus whatever wisdom scores apply, such as my wisdom score is 2, which would make 12, and I'm proficient in perception, which means I get to add my proficiency bonus, meaning my passive wisdom score would be a total of 14. Now we can also do our hit points. Each class is going to have their own hit die. For the rogue, that is going to be the D8, and on first level, you start with 1. So I will have 1d8, and your HP is going to be the same as whatever dice your hit die is, in my case 8, plus your constitution modifier, which mine is 1, which will make a score of 9. Awesome, now we can work on background and equipment. So there are preset backgrounds that you can take, or your DM can create backgrounds if you find that they don't fit your character. I'm going with the soldier background. And I'm going to take the chaotic good alignment. Your alignment is like your moral compass. You've got lawful, chaotic, and neutral. Good, evil, and neutral. You mix those together, so you could have chaotic evil or lawful good. Your background also gives you equipment and extra stats. So each background will give you 3 ability scores that you can increase. You can increase one by 2 and another by 1, or increase each of them by 1. I'm going to increase my dexterity by 1, which will make 18, which will change my modifier to +4. I will also change my strength by 1 to 11. That won't affect my modifier. And I'm also going to raise Constitution by 1 to 14, which will change my modifier to +2. Your background will also give you 2 more skills that you could have learned in your history. The soldier background will give me athletics and intimidation. You'll also get proficiency in a tool set. So I'm getting proficiency in a gaming set. I'm going to choose dice. And you can also get equipment for your background. But I'd prefer to take 50 gold, as you have the option for each background to get your equipment or to get 50 gold and buy your own. Now let's sort out attacks and spellcasting. I'm going to be using a dagger as an example. You can buy whatever equipment you'd like from the list, so long as you have the gold. Now, to get your ATK or attack bonus, it's going to be whatever modifier you're going to be using to attack with. Most will use your strength modifier, but if it has the finesse quality, like a dagger, you can use dexterity. So that would be +4. But as I'm also proficient with simple and martial weapons with the finesse or light quality, I'll also be able to add my proficiency bonus, making it +6. Now, your damage type is going to be what damage you deal and what type of damage. So the dagger is 1d4, and it's going to be plus whatever modifier you're using to deal the damage. So in my case, I have a finesse weapon, so I'm able to use my dexterity. Otherwise, you'd have to use strength. And it's also going to deal a certain type of damage. The dagger will deal piercing damage, but other weapons, such as short swords, would use slashing damage, and something like a club would deal bludgeoning damage. So I'm going to fill in a couple more of them. I also get a short sword. It is also a finesse weapon, so it will stay the same as the dagger, and it is 1d6. It also deals slashing damage. And I get a short bow. Ranged weapons will automatically use dexterity unless it has some sort of feature that lets you use strength. So it will also stay similar. A short bow will also deal 1d6. And it will be piercing damage. Another thing I'm going to get is armor. I'm going to get leather armor. Now, each armor will be in a different class. There's light armor, medium armor, and heavy armor. The rogue is proficient with light armor, and leather armor is in that category, meaning that I can wear it without any disadvantages. Now, each armor will have a different level of protection. Leather armor will give me 11 plus my dexterity score. So that is actually an armor class of 15. Heavier armors will have a limit to how much dexterity you can add to it. But for characters with high dexterity, light armor can give you a really high armor class. Now, your speed is also going to be based on your race. I'm an elf, and most elves would get a speed of 30 feet. I'm a wood elf, meaning it will be slightly higher. I will have 35. Features and traits is going to be harder, as every different race and class will give you different features. So unless you're playing an elf or a rogue, this part isn't going to be particularly helpful for you. If you want a list of all of the different classes' informations, then I will link D&D Beyond down below, and it will give you all the information for any class and any race. Whereas if you are a rogue or an elf, then you can follow along to a lot of the abilities that I'll be doing, such as dark vision. Most races will have dark vision. Some creatures, such as dwarves, will have stronger dark vision, and there are a few races, such as humans, that don't have dark vision. Dark vision allows you to see within dim light for 60 feet as if it was bright light, and in darkness for 60 feet as if it was dim light, though you can't discern colour. Now, the rest are more specific to the elves, such as Fey Ancestry, which allows elves to roll with advantage to avoid being charmed or to end the charmed condition. Trance as well is mainly for elves, which means that you don't sleep. You instead go into a trance where you're still aware of your surroundings, and you can spend half the time in a long rest and gain the same benefits. Now, the rest of these are going to be for the rogue class, such as expertise, which allows you to add your proficiency bonus twice to a skill that you already have proficiency with. So I'm going to take stealth and sleight of hand. After that, we also have Thieves' Cant, which will actually go in other proficiencies and languages, because Thieves' Cant is a language. In languages, I am an elf, so I know Elvish. You will naturally have whatever language is your native language. You can also generally speak Common, and the rogues get to speak Thieves' Cant. For the rogue, we also get Weapon Mastery, which allows us to take the mastery property with 2 weapons of our choice that we are proficient with. I'm going to take it with the short sword and the short bow. Yeah, and then we will just fill in these. These sections here are going to be for what you're going to add to your dice roll every time you do a certain check or saving throw. It's going to be exactly what your other score for it is in your actual section. Unless you have proficiency on it, then you'll also add your proficiency bonus. So we'll just work down through these. Then skills, every skill is tied to a certain ability modifier. So acrobatics is dexterity, so we'll use the dexterity modifier. And as we have proficiency on it, we will also add our proficiency. We will do the same for all of these. Any we don't have proficiency on will just be whatever modifier for the skill. So this is wisdom, so it will just be a wisdom score. And we have expertise on stealth and sleight of hand, so we will add our proficiency bonus twice. And survival. There we go. And after that, it's mainly just filling in what other equipment you get or what other money you have, and the details of your character's personality. Other than that, all you have to do is fill out the second page, which is all the details about what your character looks like, where they're from, their backstory, and any personal belongings they might have. And there is a third page for spells if you're a spellcasting class. If not, then you won't need this page. And that's it. There's your character sheet. I hope you found this video useful and that you would consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. I hope to see you all soon.